Jättedjupt sår. Far köpte Seraform på apoteket och tvättade mig. Tänk, det blev knappt ett ärr efteråt. Sedan gick han ner till civilingenjören och sa till att de minsann fick ha bättre ordning på sina hundar så att de inte sprang.
So this is day 2 in Malmo and my first time in Sweden. This is hello from Sweden. So I think, honestly speaking, that you could literally do only one day in Malmo, depending on what you want to do. I mean, like, you could take your time, but somehow 2 days have worked out okay. On this episode of Across All Borders Through Northern Europe on Rails, first time in Sweden, hello Malmo. From Aarhus to Malmo. On 29th of September 2020, I packed my bags and got ready to head over to Malmo. I had spent a couple of weeks with a friend in Aarhus, and to get to Malmo, it's an easy journey from Copenhagen, about 40 minutes train ride over the beautiful Öresund Bridge. But to get to Copenhagen, there is a 3 hours 10 minutes journey you have to make. I did that with the most lenient, which is a bus, but it goes on the ferry, and that kind of like makes the journey a bit shorter or quicker or more interesting. So you get on the ferry and it's about 75 minutes and then you complete the rest via road. What I loved is that when we got off the ferry was just an interesting scenery driving by the road and passing the windmills in this kind of misty weather before we got to the train station in Copenhagen. At Copenhagen, I got my ticket and then went to a very known chain of bakeries in Denmark to get some pastries, which I'll show you a bit of that, and then got on my train to enjoy the crossing on this magnificent bridge.
Station, Københavns Lufthavn.
Next station, Copenhagen Airport.
Har du bagage, så husk den, når du forlader toget.
Please make sure you have all your belongings with you when you leave the train.
Let's talk about Malmo. Malmo is a coastal city in southern Sweden. It is at the eastern end of the striking Öresund Bridge, which I mentioned. And what you will see about Malmo is in the city center, it's got Lilla Torg, and it's a cobblestone square with cafes and half-timbered houses, shops with local handicrafts. It's absolutely gorgeous. There are different things you can see in Malmo. So for me, I had quite a long list of things, about 22 things I wanted, or places I was going to come across. So there was, of course, the bridge to go see it. And there's the King's Park, Koningsparken, the Scania Park, which is around the area where I had the view of the bridge from. Then you've got the Turning Torso, very interesting architecture building that you literally see from specific areas in the city center. Then there's the Gamla Staden, which is like the old city center. And of course, the St. Peter's Church is a must-see. When you come to the front of the town hall, there's this beautiful fountain that you can't miss, or the statues of music players that is opposite the Handelsbanken. That's also something very beautiful to see. There are a couple of museums dotted across the city. There's a disgusting food museum. I did not go there. I went to the Form and Design Center. There's the Moderna Museum, Malmo, and you've got the Malmo House, or the castle that now houses the Natural History Museum and some other different kind of like exhibitions in this museum. And then of course there's the Technic Museum, quite close to it, but I didn't have enough time to complete that. And you've got the Schlossgarten. This is, or I'm saying Schlossgarten, but I think it's like Slot Garden, which could come across a little weird depending on how you pronounce it. And then there's the Schlossmühle, which is like the castle mill, and that's really stands out, and you see it from everywhere. So there's quite a couple of things to see. And there's the Malmo Opera House. I walked past it, I didn't go into it. There are quite a number of things to do in Malmo. I think that 1 or 2 days is perfect. So what I loved about Malmo though, Malmo was the first Airbnb, and I think the only Airbnb in Europe that my host was actually Nigerian. And was funny because I think I left Malmo on the 1st of October, which is our National Day or Independence Day. So it was kind of funny and coincidental to be with another Nigerian on our Independence Day in a, I don't want to say random city in Europe, but that was interesting. And when I arrived at my Airbnb, I realized he had another guest from Russia. So with this guest, I walked around the city the first day. It was about like 12 kilometers that we covered on foot. And he was like, I'm done. I want a bus home. I was like, okay, we're going to take the bus home. And then the next day I spent it exploring the museum and the garden a bit. The Palace Garden is absolutely gorgeous. I loved it. I can really recommend it. And as already mentioned, there are lots of cafes and places to just chill and take in and enjoy this coastal city. I loved Malmo. I can definitely recommend it. So let's check this out. No, not really. So hi, this is day 2 in Malmo, and hello from Sweden, my first time in Sweden. I picked this site because I think this is really cool. It is actually also close to the Slot Garden, the Palace Garden, or the Castle Garden, and also to the museum. I just saw the museum, and it has a natural history area. It has the castle, and it also has Speaking Memories, which is an amazing exhibition about the Holocaust survivors. I really like how they made it, the interactivity, and also that the fact that you can go through a database where you can, listen to over 55,000 testimonies about surviving different genocides and the Holocaust. So that's really a cool, really good stuff for you to get insights around things like that. And I just walked through the garden, and yesterday was cool because we literally walked all over town. Went to the church, went to the old town, the Gamla Staden, and the book squares. Amazing. I mean, like, I think you could do one day in Malmo, like it would be enough. But if you wanted to see the museum and take time for it, it opens at 10 till 5. You could totally do the whole day in there. So it's 2 days is okay, 2 days max. But I'm loving it. I'm loving the freedom. I'm loving seeing the bridge. So I saw the bridge from the bridge at sunset, and that was really beautiful. And it's a good city to walk about. I literally walked to town, and I'm going to walk back. It's half an hour, almost 40 minutes. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to grab something to eat and then walk back and go do some editing. And I'm catching the train tomorrow, and then we'll continue our Swedish escapades. I am in this amazing garden. I'm just gonna go a bit forward so you see all the beautiful flowers in here. It's unbelievable. They are so beautiful. Origin is Mexico originally, and they've been planted here, but it is beautiful. Like, let's just go and close in this one, and I want to get you close to a couple of them, like this one. This is really, really beautiful. Just look at the colors in the sun. And there are a few others. So I've read that there are 10,000 different species of this flower. So this is facing the sun, so it's not a very good one to show you. Well, let's do this. Look at this beauty. Oh my God, look at this beauty. I almost feel like I have to get into that shot. But I can't get into it for you, so here you go. Flowers, flowers, flowers. Any takers? Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. It's the slot garden, palace garden, and this is the, let me show you what it is. Dalai flower, and it is the beloved summer flower. Actually, the tubes are eaten in Mexico by the indigenous people. There are 10,000 different named varieties that are available in different colors and sizes. This is really crazy. And here you've got 83 different types. Absolutely beautiful. So we're going to move on, and we'll turn this way and walk you through the garden. So the sun's that way, so this should be looking pretty okay. So the step here is built on the concept of a desert garden or dry garden. What I've done here is taking plants that generally don't need a lot of moisture to survive, so desert plants, and planted it on soil that is much more dry, that would not be suitable for other plants. So if you have that kind of soil, this is like an idea for you to produce a desert garden by taking plants that normally survive in dry places and put them on your soil, and then they get to live with little or low maintenance.
Ja, alltså de har ju sina uteserver. Ja. Ja. Så. Det är ju en som är lilla som är kvar.
So, taking the beautiful background with me, we're exiting the garden, and there's a really, really nice I think it's a windmill, an old one opposite us. I'm going to show you that when I have the sun kind of like at the right place, but I'm just showing you the background of the garden as we leave, and you can still see they're really beautiful plants, and there's a walkway. When I walk through it, you're gonna see, I mean, the garden has been nicely done. I've heard that it's 12,000 square meters, so and there are all sorts of birds here. Let me see if I can show you one of them. I'm going to turn around. There you go, that one. It's probably going to run away when I get closer. I don't know what it is, but it is colorful. It's actually quite colorful. Let's see if we can, there you go. And it's making its peculiar sound. Hello. So I think it's time for assembly. They've stopped marching. Why? I think it's time for assembly. They're going for a meeting. Someone's called a meeting. Who called the meeting? Okay, let's get you this big boy. So, oh no. There you go. Look at that. Sun's moved away, so I can get a good shot of it. Let's look at this. Guys, look at that. Look at that. I mean, because of the sun, I'm taking more of the back, but you can see, oh, and beautiful this is. Oh, I can also take it from here. Yes, that's what I need to do. Okay. Yes. This is a perfect shot. Okay. Thank you very much for watching. Yours truly, Liesel81.